Hi everyone, welcome back to the Cantor Coach. I'm Emily Huber, and this week we are continuing our Voice Tips for the Fall series and talking about 3 P's to prepare for the fall. So planning, preparing, and practicing. So let's get started. So the first tip today is the first P of our 3 Ps, which is planning. We want to make sure that we are planning ahead, both if you are a music director and if you are a singer. So what does that look like for you music directors out there? So music directors, I want you to be thinking about planning a liturgical season ahead of where you are right now. So again, planning that liturgical season ahead of where you are right now. This is a great tip that was passed along to me, and I highly recommend it to all of you. And for you singers, be thinking about the liturgical seasons that are ahead. We want to be preparing ourselves mentally, spiritually, and physically to be able to handle, especially when we're heading towards that Christmas season. We want to make sure we're preparing the best way that we can. Another way to prepare for you music directors, make sure that you have a schedule at the very first rehearsal this fall for your singers. And singers, make sure you look at the schedule for this fall so you know when you're hopefully going to be present, when you may have some absences, so that you can let your director know ahead of time so that you all can be on the same page. That's another way to be prepared. A third way that we can kind of plan ahead with our music ministry is making notes after each liturgical season. So directors, make a note of what went really well and what maybe could improve for next year. And for you singers, make sure you're making notes. I would make notes after every rehearsal about what went well, what you can continue to work on, because we're going to get to practicing in a little bit here. And finally, under the planning phase, we want to make sure that we are setting goals for our choir members, and as singers, we want to be setting personal goals for ourselves. We've talked about this in previous videos, but it's so important to have something that you're working towards, and not only for yourself, but maybe communicate that to your director of ways that you want to improve this choir season. Directors, make sure you're setting those goals for your singers, and this is a great way to plan ahead. The second P for our 3 Ps for the fall is prepare. So music directors, make sure that we are preparing in advance the music that we're going to be singing this season. That way you can plan out and prepare the rehearsals that you're going to have and preparing the music that you're going to have for this fall. For you singers, make sure that you are preparing all of that music as the director lays that out for you. Map it out, figure out your own personal strategy for getting ready for each rehearsal time and also for each choir season and choir performance. So make sure that we're preparing the music ahead of time. We also want to make sure that our music is organized. Now, this is both for our music directors and this is also for our singers. So music directors, make sure you have organized systems for keeping your music in your offices or in folders, and have binders ready for your accompanists. Make sure you have accompanists for all of your performances and for all of your masses on Sunday. So have that all mapped out ahead of time, and that will make you very prepared. For you singers, we want to make sure that our binders are organized. I am the first to admit that I've had messy binders when I'm going to a church choir in the past, and it makes it so hard to find my music. And so I want to encourage all of you to have a system of organizing your binders. For me, which I can make another video about this, but for me it is about organizing it by liturgical season in my binder so that I know, okay, this section is for Advent music, this section is for Christmas music, this section is for Lent, etc. So like I said, I'll make another video about that, but it's so important. In order to be prepared, we have to be organized. So make sure you are organizing if you're a music director and if you are a singer. And finally, our third P in our 3 Ps for the fall is practice. We love this word, don't we? So practicing is so important. We can plan ahead, we can prepare all we want, but unless we practice, it is not going to be the best it can be. So music directors, make sure you are practicing, whether it's your conducting, make sure you're practicing how all of the music will flow together on Sunday. Make sure you are practicing with your choir and scheduling those practices with them so that they can be the best that they can be. And you singers out there, make sure you are not only practicing at rehearsal, it can be really easy to just do the music at rehearsal. Spend some time outside of rehearsal learning the notes, learning the words, the rhythms, so that you are so prepared and ready to go for the fall. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave me a comment down below, and I will look forward to seeing you all next week. God bless you.